I just saw the Solo trailer and oh my goodness, it looks so good. I am so excited for the Solo Star Wars movie. I can't even explain it to you. I'm so excited. Alright, so we are going to get into my January wrap-up and my February TBR. I read a total of 5 books this month, which I'm very impressed with because at first I was kind of in a reading slump and I didn't think that I was actually going to get as many books done as I did. They're not exactly long books, so it's not like I read a whole bunch, but at least I got 5 books done, so I feel a lot better now. The first book I finished this year was not a very good start to my year. I was pretty disappointed with it, and that was Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. I had a really crazy big journey trying to read this book. You can go check out my Goodreads. I have all of my little notifications or updates or whatever they're called that I had when I read this book, and I think that speaks for itself. I really didn't enjoy this book at all. I enjoyed it in the beginning, but the ending was very dissatisfying and just a little strange, and I didn't really get it. And I just don't know. It's just, I just can't with this book. Honestly, just go read my updates for this book on Goodreads. And yeah, I mean, there are just too many thoughts in my brain that are jumbled up. I don't even know. I can't talk about this book. I just can't. Another book I read this month was one that I got in the mail because my face was on the cover of it, and that is Because I Was a Girl, which was edited by Melissa De La Cruz. And I absolutely love this book. I read the entire thing the night that I got it. It was so interesting and very inspiring, and I definitely enjoyed it, and I totally recommend that you check it out. And yes, I've talked about this book quite a bit on my channel now. Probably one of my favorite books that I read this month has been An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson, and I definitely enjoyed this book. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed this fantasy. I loved the world building. I loved the romance. I loved the story. I just thought it kind of read like a fairy tale, which I really enjoyed. I feel like a lot of fantasies don't really read that way, but this one definitely did. I definitely liked the way that this felt like a fairy tale, and yeah, I'm like out of breath. And I definitely recommend this book if you're looking for a really short, very easy to read fantasy novel. It's not super it is high fantasy, but it's not as heavy as normal high fantasies are, but it's still definitely a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the writing. I thought it was absolutely beautiful. And yeah, just check this one out. It's kind of like A Court of Thorns and Roses, but better and less problematic. Let's just say it that way. Now onto the 4th book that I finished this year, which was Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. And let's just say I don't like this book. I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. I really don't like Harry Potter, at least the books. I do enjoy the movies quite a bit. I grew up on the movies. I still don't like the books. It's just been a lifelong thing of me disliking Harry Potter books. And the very last book that I read for this month was also a book that I didn't really enjoy either, and that's Paper Dolls by Emma Chamberlain. I was asked to read this book by the author, and I really just didn't enjoy it very much. I didn't like the premise. There's a student-teacher romance that I wasn't comfortable with. I don't like reading those, and yeah, I just couldn't connect with the story. I thought it was inappropriate, and yeah, that's all I can say about it. Alright, on to my February TBR. So I've already read 2 books for the month of February, and that has been Cloaked in Shadow by Ben Alderson, and I definitely enjoyed both of these books. You can go check out my review. I'm going to talk about it more in my next month's wrap-up, or in February's wrap-up, I guess. And so that's when I will talk more about it. Alright, so one of the first books on my TBR is Truth Witch by Susan Dennard. I got this book last year. I'm really excited to get into it. I've heard that it's one of the best YA fantasies out there, so I have really high expectations for it. And I know I'm gonna like it. I've already read the first chapter and I'm already hooked. I already want to read the entire thing. And yeah, I really respect Susan Dennard as well as a writer, so I'm really excited to get into this one. The next book on my TBR is Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo, and I have been wanting to finish this book for so long. I'm going to have to start from the beginning though, because I read this book like a long time ago, so I don't really remember anything that actually happened, so I'm definitely gonna have to start over, obviously. but I'm really excited to get to this one. I already love and read Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, so I know I'm gonna like this one as well. And I did like it the first time I attempted to read it. I'm just really bad at keeping up with my library books, so that's the whole drama there. But I'm definitely excited to get to Shadow and Bone. The next book I'm going to get to this month is Labyrinth Lost by Zoraida Cordova, and I'm definitely excited about this one. That has Latinx representation, bisexual representation. It's an urban fantasy, and I haven't really read very many urban fantasies lately, which I definitely need to get back into those. And yes, I'm super excited to read it, and I know I'm gonna love it. It looks so interesting, and yeah, I'm just so excited to read all of these books this month. And the very last book on my TBR, which is actually the book that I'm currently reading, is Of Fire and Stars by Audrey Coulthurst, and I'm so excited to get through this one. I first started it last year, and I wasn't super into it. I wasn't really interested as much as I thought I would be, but then I picked it up this month, and I am loving it so far. It is so much better than I thought it was for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know if I was in a slump when I tried to read this book or something, but now it just sounds really awesome. It has women loving women representation, which is so much fun, and yeah, it's a fantasy obviously. I'm really excited to finish it, and I'll let you guys know if I like it. Alright, so that was my January wrap up and my February TBR. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please leave me a comment down below letting me know what you guys are going to read this month, and leave me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I make new videos every Sunday, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!